Yes, it's Runway After Dark. Or should I say it's Runway DFW After Dark. I'm Walt. It's a little bit after 10 o'clock, 10:12 to be exact, here on this Tuesday, January 17th, 2023, and I'm coming to you via recording. We had a broadcast scheduled for tonight. We started it. Things were going kind of okay, and then everything went down the toilet, so to speak. So it's, did I say it's Tuesday, January 17th? It's Tuesday, January 17th. We are going to just do a recording for you. And unlike the last time we did a recording, I'm not going to narrate it as I play it back later on. We'll just do it that way. So we've got some... we're here because there's a lot of cargo action, as you can see right there. We have one UPS plane pushing back, and we got another one which is going out. So let's widen things out here a little bit. That's a little overexposed, but there you see one plane pushing back, and here we have an MD-11 which is on its way to Louisville, I think. I'll have to double check that. Should crank up that audio a little bit. So actually, when we went off the air, I was trying to explain why we had been having some problems, and I was on the line with our internet provider here at on our remote location at Founders Plaza here at DFW Airport, and I was on the line for about an hour with them, and I got passed along to 3 different people. They were very kind and very understanding, but the bottom line is that there's some kind of a fiber optic cable attached to a tower around here which has been causing problems, and it's been reported, and it's been an issue since middle of December, which is when we started having problems here at Runway DFW. So what's a streamer to do? You may see in the background there a flight coming in, a Frontier flight coming in from Las Vegas. So this flight is going to Rockford Airport in the Chicago area. They usually let them take off here on the west side. So we will see what we will see. Thank you for tuning in to our little experiment in nighttime broadcasting. I should probably take that date out, shouldn't I? Let me do that right now. There we go. You know what date? Well, I guess it probably should be left in because you're not watching this as it was. You're not watching this live. This is recorded. And as we watch this, as we wait for this one to take off, there's another UPS jet there. It's a 767. That one's on its way to Louisville. Let's see, it's right over there. Camera 1 is dark because it's not as light sensitive as our primary camera tonight, camera 5. So you may be able to make it out there. In the meantime, the MD-11 is hanging out, waiting for its directive. And I think is it on the move yet? Not yet. I think it just got a clear for takeoff.
Starting at the beach for UPS takeoff.
Okay, so here we go. I have to tell you, this is not as much fun to do this by recording as it is doing it live. But I figure since I was out here and all set up and everything, why tear it down when I can get some value out of it? Some value for you. So it's not live, but maybe you can kind of skip through it and see what you'd like. Or just watch the whole thing as though it was live.
Have a good night. More departure, UPS 763 heavy.
So now we go back to our 767 over here. We'll give you a little better view of it with camera 5. Yeah, there's definitely a difference there. I should probably, at this point, take out that live bug there, so it's not live. Maybe I can edit that. Okay, I think I fixed that. Again, this is a UPS flight 793. It's off to the World Port in Louisville. And this is a classic plane.
1995.
Dating back to 1995. And there you see it in all of its nighttime glory on our fabulous Camera 5. And you may wonder why everything in the background looks so bright over by the terminal. That's because we've got to kind of crank up the exposure for what we're looking at right now, because as I'm looking at it with my eyes, I cannot see any markings on the plane. I can see the outline of the plane and some flashing lights, but I can't read worldwide services. I can't see the UPS on the tail. That's all down to the camera picking up those details here at night. So make sure we're not missing anything. We do have a Polar Air Cargo, another 767, and that one is on its way to Cincinnati, and we will be seeing that pulling out shortly.
Clear, clear for takeoff 18 right, UPS 793 heavy.
So they're going to let this one take off here on runway 18 right, which is normally the landing runway here. And we see this happen when it is when there's not much else going on. It's not unheard of. It's just not the standard way of doing things. So it is off to Louisville.
Over to departure, UPS 793 heavy. Good night.
And we have lost some content over here at UPS regional headquarters. Do I see any planes over there now? I think this is the first time I've ever seen their lot empty. It's the first time I've seen that. There's always usually at least one plane parked there, but I don't see it. So there you go. Now we've got our eyes peeled for the Polar Air Cargo, which we should be seeing momentarily down in that direction. Meanwhile, we've got let me try this here. We've got a UPS 757 coming in. So there's something to pick up the slack here. Fill in the empty spaces. There goes an American Airlines Dreamliner coming out of the hangar for destination unknown. Let's follow along with this plane because we may see the distinctive yellow of the Polar Air Cargo as this pulls around. This plane goes back a bit. Singers, can you help us out?
1988.
Well, that is quite a history. 34-year-old aircraft. Still being quite useful. Gainfully employed. Hello.
Good to see you.
Nothing live tonight.
Yeah, there's UPS is coming in with a couple in a few minutes, but how are you liking your new nighttime setup?
I like it. I just wish that we had a connection tonight,
Oh yeah?
but apparently UPS has a, or not UPS, T-Mobile has an issue with its tower near here.
Oh wow.
So we're just recording.
Just getting some good raw stuff. Some highlights.
Well, actually, I'm doing a broadcast as live.
Oh, okay. Set it up as a to broadcast later.
Yeah.
That looks great. That's the signal 150 to 600, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not the new one.
Just the regular temporary one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the signal that I'm looking to pick up.
I guess they've got a new one that's what 70 to
60 to
6
600.
or 60 to
It's
600?
specifically
Well, it's a little rich for my taste anyway, but we're talking about lenses here. So yeah, this is the first time I'd seen the UPS barnyard entirely
I
empty.
was going to say, it's nothing going on when I
I mean,
get there.
well, when I got here, there was a 747, there were a couple of MD-11s,
Yeah, usually there's always
767.
at least an MD-11.
right, but it was entirely vacant. Well, maybe now we can see that Polar Air Cargo in our sights. I think that's where it is. Let's check it out.
I'll let you get to it. I'll get set up over there. Just want to say hey, see
Okay,
how you're doing.
good to see you. It's Polar Air Cargo Flight 102. 7600-300. And let our singers warm up here. You got your vocal cords ready? Here we go. 26 years old, that means
1996.
and again, this is going to Cincinnati. I like to do those artistic shots sometimes. I may have talked over the ATC. Will they let this one swing around on 18 right? Will it be steered over to the east side of DFW Airport? Will it make a right turn on 18 left? Inquiring minds want to know. That is Terminal D in the background, all lit up like a Christmas tree. I think I heard the word polar in there. Maybe it's just going to cross 18 left and head on over to the east side of the airport. No, it's going to make a turn. It's going to take off right in front of us. Well, kind of in front of us. It's not using the full runway from that position. So off to the Queen City it goes. There in the murky darkness.
Departure, Polar 102, connect.
Okay. Here we are. Oops. I don't have as much headphone cord as I thought I did. Let me everything's pretty laid back right now because I want this to be as good as a live broadcast. I was trying to find the East Tower to show you, and I couldn't find it in the darkness, but there it is. What I was going to do is move camera 1 a little closer so I can manipulate that on command. So there is the UPS bird we saw come in just a few minutes ago. It's quiet now at DFW Airport. But we do have American Airlines Flight 35. It is headed to Auckland, New Zealand, a relatively recent addition to the American Airlines lineup of destinations. It's a 787-9 Dreamliner. And it is now making its way up here to the top of runway 18 left. Can we give that any more boost? There's not much ambient light coming from where we are being thrown in the direction of the aircraft. There you can see most of the light is coming from behind it, which is why we have to make that background so bright in order to be able to see any kind of detail in the foreground. DFW doesn't currently have any Air New Zealand flights. It's just this one that goes to New Zealand from here at this time. We should be getting pretty busy here in the next few minutes with more cargo action for you. And again, this is a recorded live broadcast from DFW Airport. Now, if that's confusing, well, it's at 10:40 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone on January 17th, 2023, which is when we're recording this.
Heavy door departure.
So there it goes, off to Kiwi land. It's so funny, I keep looking over at the comment screen here on my software, and yeah, there isn't any because we're not live. Hey, we've got another UPS coming in. It's flight 1335. It is arriving from Orlando, Florida. And this is going to be an Airbus A300 that left 2 hours and 24 minutes ago. So we will welcome it shortly. Let's see if we can pick it up as it comes in. There you see the DFW Founders Plaza is in the foreground here. And for it being around 11, well, 11:15 at night. It's quite a crowd here. There are a lot of drivers who come here who do limo drivers or whatever, and they'll hang out here between rides. Here comes the A300.
Going to departure, Airshow 5879, good.
The mighty A300 touching down quite smoothly. Next plane to arrive here is Delta Flight 1516 from Minneapolis, St. Paul. It'll be an Airbus A321. A 4-year-old Airbus A321. So we're going to swing our big camera 5 back around to pick up the next arrival for you all. Again, this is not our normal way of doing things here at Runway DFW. We like to bring you live broadcasting several times a week, and today, for whatever reason, we couldn't get any of our hotspots to be functional. But I do have an inquiry out to our internet provider, and hopefully they'll have that thing working sooner rather than later. We had a number of months of very good service here. I mean, it was like the one thing I didn't have to worry about was the internet service, and now all of a sudden that's no longer the case. But I think it will be just a temporary thing. So once we get this Delta flight coming in, right behind it, it's going to be another 757. It'll be UPS flight 1349 coming in from Tampa. But I think I can just about see the Delta flight coming in now, so we'll pick that up for you on this pre-recorded edition of Runway DFW from DFW Founders Plaza. One of the nice things about our location here adjacent to the UPS terminal is that we can bring you these nice shots of the planes pretty close up. And there you can see the difference between our cameras, one of which can give you a very clear view and the other not so much. It's going to tuck itself in right there. And that leaves us time to get set up for our next arrival. Which, again, is UPS Flight 1349 from Tampa, Florida. See if we can greet it with its date of birth. Here it comes.
1998.
Thank you, Runway DFW singers. As we've discussed many a time here at Runway DFW, we don't see any regularly scheduled 757s, or 767s for that matter, here at DFW Airport. Both Delta and United do fly those planes domestically, but they do not fly them here into DFW Airport. Although we do see them occasionally as charters and even more rarely as diversions. Here. Well, what do you know? It's a yellow bird. So we welcome that Spirit Airlines jet. That was Airbus A320neo coming in from Fort Lauderdale, flight 2955. And the next arrival will be Alaska Airlines flight 576, emanating from Seattle. A 737-900. So we'll have that for you in a moment or two. And this UPS plane is not wasting any time making its way up to here. Wonder who decided that the slogan "Worldwide Services" would be featured prominently on the UPS jets. It seems so generic. There goes an Ameriflight off to parts unknown. Ameriflight operates cargo to smaller destinations from here at the UPS facility. There's that Alaska plane we were talking about. Where's this Ameriflight plane going? Did we lose it? There it is. Yeah, I can't tell you where that is destined. We have another UPS flight coming in. It's flight 775. This will be another 757. And we can see a lot of those here at night. And our singers are prepared to tell you when this plane was born as soon as it comes into our view. Here on Runway DFW, what time is it? It's 10:57 in real time on this January 17th, 2023. I can see it now. You ready, singers?
1995.
So another 20th century bird to add to our collection. Splendid. This is so unusual to go this long without showing you an American Airlines plane, but that's what happens at this time of night. Our next arrival is Flight 663 coming in from Phoenix. It's an Airbus A321 on Runway DFW After Dark. Here comes that 757 we saw arriving just a few moments ago from Houston Intercontinental Airport. And in just a minute, we'll be swinging around to get another A300 coming in. It'll be UPS Flight 1293 from Colombia. It's the cavalcade of cargo here at Runway DFW After Dark. Just after 11 o'clock p.m. here. And just a reminder, this is Runway DFW After Dark, a pre-recorded edition. Sorry about that, folks. Meant to bring this to you live, but it just didn't come to pass. So Thank you for hanging out with us on this pre-recorded edition of Runway DFW After Dark. It's Tuesday, January 17th, 2023, when we're recording this at 11:04 p.m. And we'll just keep going until we feel like we don't want to keep going anymore, I guess. All right, our next arrival is another UPS plane. This one's coming in from Phoenix. It's another 757. We love the 757s here at Runway DFW. This one may be our oldest one yet. Okay, singers, let us have it. Do we go back that far? I think we do.
1987.
Definitely a 20th century aircraft. That is for sure. Here's that A300 we saw a few moments ago. And that one's off to the back lot. And we have a moment of inaction here. Definitely smell the jet fumes, the jet fuel, the exhaust wafting into our nostrils. Yeah, so we're talking about the where it says worldwide services there. What's the UPS slogan? Let Brown do it? I guess, you know, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of that slogan. It just seems like worldwide services. Why couldn't they have come up with something snappier than that to paint on their fleet of planes? Maybe we should have a contest. So if you're in the chat room as we play this back live, let us know what you think the UPS slogan ought to be there on the side of its planes. I mean, I guess it does describe what they do. They have worldwide services, but wouldn't you think they'd want to have something that said something about shipping or on time or fast? I don't know. One of the things you think about when there's nobody else to discuss with you what you're talking about. Well, this is about the time we can see cargo coming in and out. So while we have a dearth of aircraft activity, we can at least poke our heads in over here and see what's happening. So it looks like the cargo is coming off that plane. Got some other heavy action over here, so let me gotta divert over here to this 777, which is it's an American Airlines 777. It's at the top of runway 18 left. Oh no, sorry. It's Qatar Airways. Well, that's a little different. This, of course, going out to Doha. Can barely make out the World Cup sticker there on the rear fuselage. Of course, the World Cup is over now, so I guess that'll be coming off in due time. So the mighty 777 on its way on its long journey to the Middle East. Alright, I guess back to some cargo fun here. Tripod doesn't seem to want to lock in place there. A few minutes from now, we will be seeing UPS flight 1383. This one will be arriving from the FedEx home of Memphis. So yeah, I guess UPS flies into Memphis too. It'll be another 757, but it's still a couple minutes out. It'll be another 20th century aircraft for you. So we've got some flashing lights going on over underneath this plane. Let's see if we can pick out what's going on there. Ground crews doing their thing. You can kind of see all the different variety of containers that are either waiting to go into the dispatch facility or waiting to get loaded up. Some manual cargo action here. I don't know if they're loading individual things up that ramp, or maybe that's just for personnel to go in. I don't think that box going to go through that door. Somebody's doing a little dance there. So I know we're trying to see what was happening with that little conveyor belt that was going into that door. But that big container is blocking our view. I see somebody going in there. All sorts of activity happening here when most regular folks are going to bed. Well, we will deviate from that. We'll go back over here and get another 757 for you. What do you say? This is the one that's coming in from Memphis on runway DFW. Did I miss it? Did. We should tell you when that plane was built. How about it, singers?
1997.
Once again, coming from the 20th century, now landing in the 21st century here. That flight from Memphis. And we've got another UPS 757. This is, you know, if you like 757s, this has got to be the place for you. This one's coming in from Minneapolis, St. Paul. And it's going to be another aircraft from the 20th century. Not the oldest one we've seen so far, but again, I thank you for joining us for this little adventure here tonight. This is not our normal circumstance. We normally bring you live coverage from here, but the gods of the internet were angry tonight, and they said, Walt, no, you cannot broadcast live. You tried, but you cannot. I finally see it emanating from the trees.
1994.
Another 757 from the 90s. Here on Runway DFW. It's 757 Partey. As there's this one, the one that just came in, and you know what? We're about to see another one. This next one's from San Bernardino, California, is where it took off a few hours ago. 2 hours and 11 minutes to be specific. And it is now on final approach. And we're going to have to go back in time for this one. Back. We're not seeing it yet. Well, I'll let you know when we get there. So here comes the bird from San Bernardino. Singers.
1987.
Ooh, that's an old bird. Yeah, looks like that one's gonna pull right in. And while there are more planes coming in, I think that's going to about do it for this broadcast. Again, we didn't want to. We did want to bring you a live broadcast tonight. Just didn't work out. So we did the next best thing we could and lock in on some planes and just bring you a recording of all this. So, I want to thank you all for joining us. And we'll be back soon with hopefully another live broadcast if our internet provider can make it happen. If not, we'll do this again. So this is Walt, and this again has been a pre-recorded production from DFW International Airport from the Founders Plaza location here on the northwest side of the airport. Happy to bring you this. Hope you will like and subscribe and like to our Runway DFW family. And we'll see you real soon on Runway DFW. Thanks, everyone.